Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today we will be talking about the third National Sustainable Development Strategy created by the United Nations, which outlines the need for responsible sustainable development in low-income countries, developing and developed countries. Our focus today will be on Papua New Guinea. Down on the slide is the definition for National Sustainable Development Strategy.
The Rio Summit of 1992. The United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, also known as the Rio Summit, was a conference held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, with 172 governments participating, including PNG. The objectives was to build upon the hopes and achievements of the Brundtland Report, a commonly accepted definition of sustainable development. The summit was held to agree on climate change, treaties on biodiversity, and forest management. An accomplishment of the summit was an agreement on the Climate Change Convention. The other agreement also accomplished at the summit was not to carry out any activities on the lands of indigenous people that would cause environmental degradation or that would be culturally inappropriate. The important outcomes of the Rio Summit are the Rio Declaration, Agenda 21, and the Forest Principles. The Rio Declaration contained 27 principles that were supposed to guide countries in future sustainable development. The Agenda 21 is an action plan concerning sustainable development. It is non-binding. And the Forest Principles, formerly called non-legally binding authoritative statement of principles for a global consensus on the management, conservation, and sustainable development of all types of forest, recommends conservation and sustainable development. The Earth Summit's biggest agreement were on finance, consumption rates, and population, despite it being an environmentally focused summit.
The United Nations proposed 4 strategies for sustainable development. Our video today is focused on the third one. Here goes. Countries with existing processes for comprehensive development strategies often choose to further develop these strategies in order to incorporate sustainable development principles. In fact, countries stressed already in Agenda 21 that an NSDS should be based on existing strategies and plans. Moreover, duplication of strategy processes with similar purposes is in most cases a source of confusion and leads to waste of resources. In order to strengthen the consideration of long-term issues, the NSDS in countries such as Zambia contains 2 separate documents: a long-term vision document, which typically covers a 20 or 30-year horizon, and a 4 or 5-year development plan which implements the vision, which is known as the short-term vision. The third strategy emphasizes on the need to have 2 separate development plans, a long-term vision and a short-term vision. A long-term vision is a 20 to 30-year development plan that focuses on long-term issues such as climate change and economic growth. On the other hand, a short-term vision covers a shorter period of time. The main purpose of a short-term vision is to implement the policies and vision of the long-term development plan. Take, for instance, country A imposes a long-term vision to eliminate poverty. Now, eliminating poverty does not happen overnight, and it cannot happen within 5 to 10 years. In order to achieve that goal, steps need to be taken. Country A should introduce a new policy to provide free education to all children. This is an example of a short-term goal, because sending all kids to school is a step to reducing poverty. Overall, this will help to achieve the long-term vision to eliminate poverty.
Papua New Guinea has 2 development strategies, one being the Vision 2050, which is the long-term strategy, and the other being the PNG National Development Strategy, which is the short-term strategy. In December 2008, the government of late Sir Michael Somare tasked the National Planning Committee with a development strategy to guide our socio-economic development. This became the 2050 vision. Vision 2050 is a homegrown initiative that aims to achieve the path for the future of PNG and its people. The vision provides for every person in the nation equal opportunities for personal development and positive engagement. The 2050 vision sets out the mission of being ranked in the top 50 in the United Nations Human Development Index, creating opportunities for personal and national advancement through economic growth, smart innovative ideas, quality services, and ensuring fair and equitable distributions of benefits in a safe and secure environment for all citizens. The key pillars of the 2050 visions tell us how we as a nation can accomplish the mission. There are 7 pillars. Number 1, human capital development, gender, youth, and people empowerment. This means empowering people and developing their mindsets and skills to ensure the full development and use of the human resource and human capital development. Number 2, wealth creation, natural resources, and growth nodes. This means to ensure that all natural resources are used considerably to sustainably develop the country, to ensure that there is wealth creation in all sectors. Number 3, institutional development and service delivery. One aspect of the 2050 vision that received serious attention is the service delivery to rural parts of our country. Number 4, security and international relations. This means to improve on security and defense organizations to control and maintain violence or criminal acts to ensure a safe country, to establish relationships either social or economical for the establishment of the country. Number 5, environmental sustainability and climate change. This means to be environmentally aware of actions that might affect the environment and to limit the contribution that the country has in climate change. Number 6, spiritual, cultural, and community development. This means to ensure that people of PNG are spiritually and culturally rich in their persons and to contribute wholly to their community. And number 7, which is the strategic planning, integration, and control. This means to unify PNG and to strategically plan their parts taken.
The National Strategy for Responsible Sustainable Development is a policy which was implemented under Vision 2050 by the Department of National Planning and Monitoring. The STARS policy is the policy shift in long-term planning to guide the actions of current and future governments to position PNG towards attaining the following goals. Number 1, being a leader in the promotion and establishment of the responsible, sustainable development paradigm. Number 2, be a prosperous middle-income country by 2030. Number 3, be among the top 50 countries on Human Development Index by 2050. Under Vision 2050, the Inclusive Green Growth Framework was established to achieve economic and environmental objectives without doing a lot of damage to the environment. The National Strategy for Responsible Sustainable Development aims to achieve these goals through the introduction of development model that encourages economic growth but insists on the growth following sustainable development principles. The Green Growth Framework was established to achieve economic and environmental objectives. Such a growth path uses natural resources responsibly and does not degrade the environment.
The short-term plan is the PNG Development Strategic Plan 2010 to 2030. Late Sir Michael Samare and the government under him directed the Department of National Planning and Monitoring in early 2008 to create a 20-year-long blueprint for the country, the PNG DSP. The PNG DSP translates the national goals and directive principles of the Constitution into possible plans. It also shows us how to achieve the Vision 2050. The DSP uses the case of unequal distribution as the basis for intervention through the economic corridor concept. It mainly focuses on the economic growth aspect of sustainable development. The goal of the PNG DSP is a high quality of life for all Papua New Guineans, and the vision is PNG will be a prosperous middle-income country by 2030.
Thank you for watching, and please leave a like and feel free to comment and share.